This is the second video in the structural equation modeling video series, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can compute indirect effects for a structural equation model or path model that we have made in Lavaan. If you haven't already watched the first video, I suggest you go back and look at that video, because otherwise a lot of the things I discuss will be a little bit lost on you. In this video we're going to use the Lavaan package and the ReadXL package. If you haven't installed these, you can install them using these commands here. Of course, if you watched the first video, you would have already installed them, so you won't need to do that again. And then just always turn off scientific notation. Well, I always do anyway. And then we're going to read in the data set. This is the data set where it is on my computer. You'd have to change the path to make sure it works on your computer. And the data set is the same data set I used in the last video. It's called it SEM, and we need to use the ReadXL command for that. So as I say, it's the same data set, and we're just really interested in these four variables: body mass index, eating to cope, drinking to cope, and the depression, anxiety and stress scale. So mental distress scale there. So we'll note from last time, this was the model that we did. We looked at this sort of multiple mediation model, in which we looked at the effect of mental distress on eating to cope and drinking to cope, and how those variables were related to body mass index, and we computed all the direct effects in the model. What we didn't do though was compute the indirect effects, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. What I'm going to do at first though is just do it on a simpler model. So we'll just take away drinking to cope, and we'll look at this model instead, in which we've got the DAS scale going to eating to cope, which then goes into BMI, and then the direct effect from the DAS scale to BMI. So we want to compute the overall indirect effect of the DAS on BMI through eating to cope. The other thing that we can compute as well is the total effect of the DAS on BMI, which is both through its direct effect and through its indirect effect as well, so the overall total effect. So this is sort of like a simple mediation model. So we're going to create this model first. So we're going to call this one model 2, and this is basically the setup of that model. Eating to cope, predicted by DAS scores, and BMI predicted by eating to cope and DAS scores. Now, to compute the indirect effects, we need to give Lavaan a little bit more information. So this is going to be the basis of the model that we do. I'm just going to lock that out so we don't rerun it. And instead, we're going to create a model that looks like this. The first thing we need to do is label the pathways. So what we're doing here, we write A and star, and this basically labels the association between DAS final scores and eating to cope as the A path. Then what we need to do is label the association between eating to cope and BMI as the B path, and the association between DAS final scores and BMI as the C path. So we've labeled the model so it looks like this. So what we've basically done is save the regression pathways. So we know what these regression pathways are. And essentially what we need to do now is just produce what we call a product of coefficients. So we create some new variables for our model. So we're going to call this one indirect. So this is the indirect effect. And this symbol, colon equals, means create a new variable. And we're creating it out of the product of the regression coefficients. So it's the A path times the B path, and this is our indirect effect. Now, we also can ask for our total effect, and it's pretty logical what the total effect is. The total effect is the C path, so the direct effect between DAS scores and BMI, plus the indirect effect. It's the total effect, so it's all the pathways considered together. So we say total colon equals C plus indirect. Now you could also write this as total equals C plus A times B. If you wanted to, that'd do exactly the same thing, but because we've already labelled the indirect effect, we might as well just call it the indirect effect. So now we've got these two new variables. It's going to give us regression coefficients for, it's going to give us the indirect effect, and it's going to give us the total effect as well. And that's essentially all we need to do. Just like before, we need to fit the model. So let's just take this. Just remember, we'll call this one fit 2, and it's model 2, fit 2. So we run our model, we fit it, and then we get our summary. Here's the output. It's worth noticing that there's 0 degrees of freedom in this model. We don't get a test statistic. That's because the model has no degrees of freedom, this simple path model that we've shown. So we don't get any of these test statistics, so we can ignore these. So we can see these are our direct effects in the model. That's to drinking to cope, eating to cope to BMI, and that's to BMI. And then we've got defined parameters. These are our new things. So we've got our indirect effect here. As you can see, we've got our statistically significant indirect effect with our regression coefficients, its standard error, confidence intervals, and it as a standardized value as well, and our total effect as well. So the total effect is our regression coefficient here, its standard error, p-value, and confidence intervals, and the standardized version of it as well. So you can see now in this model, we now understand the overall indirect effect of DAS scores on BMI through eating to cope. We can also see the total effect that DAS scores have on eating to cope through both the direct and the indirect effect. So that gives us our total effect, and this effect here is just our direct effect. We're controlling for the presence of eating to cope. So that's the first model. Now, if we wish to expand on this model a little bit further and do the indirect effects for our multiple mediation, then we just need to build this up a little bit more. So let's do the more complex model with the two mediators in it, the two indirect effects based on what was done in the first video. So this was the original model that we analysed in the first video. DAS scores predicting eating to cope, DAS scores predicting drinking to cope, and then eating to cope, drinking to cope, and DAS scores predicting BMI. So we can do something like we did up here, but for the two indirect effects in this model. So firstly, we've got sort of these two, and we'll call them the A paths, and we'll just plot them on this figure here so you can see why I'm doing it. So the first one is DAS scores to eating to cope, and then DAS scores to drinking to cope, and we'll just call that path A1 and that path A2. Then we need to do the predictors of BMI. So we can do this one in one go, and we can say BMI predicted by eating to cope, which is B1, B2, drinking to cope predicting BMI, so we call on B2, and the direct effect we're just going to call C. So we've now labelled all the different pathways in this model, and just like before, we need to compute indirect effects for it. Indirect effect 1 is A1 times B1, and remember, indirect 1 colon equals, so we create a new variable, we're calling it indirect 1. You can call it anything you want, of course. And then we can just label indirect 2 colon equals A2 times B2. So that's our two indirect effects and product of the coefficients. But there is some more that we can do. If we want, we can compute an overall indirect effect, which is indirect effect 1 plus indirect 2. Again, like before, we could compute this another way. We could say our overall indirect effect could be described as being A1 times B1 in brackets plus A2 times B2. And that'll give us the same thing as before, but we've already labelled them, so we can just simplify them that way. And of course, we can also have a total effect as well, like before. So the total effect can be the overall indirect effect plus C, which is the direct effect. There is one other thing that we need to do. We need to draw a double-ended arrow covariance between the two mediators. So a covariance is simply double tilde symbol, and then we can put drinking to cope there. It's worth noting that when computing these indirect effects, we won't get model fit indices again. And if you remember, that makes perfect sense, because in the previous example, when we weren't computing indirect effects, we had a degree of freedom of 1. By adding this covariance between the two, we take away a degree of freedom, so it gives us 0 again. So the overall model fits, but if you want to compute these indirect effects, we'll need that covariance in there, so we won't get model fit indices when we produce these indirect effects. And that's it. So again, we can just copy that and just make sure we change everything so it's fit. We'll call this fit 3, and we're now fitting model 3. Fit 3. So we run that, we fit it, and then we get our summary. And there you go. We've now got the new set of parameters within this model. We've got indirect effect 1 is dash final to eating to cope to BMI, then indirect 2 is dash final scores to drinking to cope to BMI. Our overall indirect effect is just the two things added together, and as you can see, that's just those two added together. And then finally, we have our total effect. The total effect is our overall indirect effect plus C. Remember, C is this direct effect here. So 0.35 plus minus 0.021 gives us 0.013. As you can see, we've got a significant indirect effect through the eating to cope pathway, not through the drinking to cope pathway. The overall significance, though it's reduced, because the overall is simply looking at the two effects together, and the total effect is still non-significant. So that's how you can compute the indirect effects, and that logic applies to any type of model that you wish to build. If you want to compute indirect effects, you just need to follow that pathway. You label the pathways, then you compute the products of them, and then you add them up if you want overall indirect effects or total effects. So as you can see, it probably makes a lot of sense to always have the model drawn out when you're doing this, so you know you're adding things up correctly. Writing these up is just a standard regression. So to write up that indirect effect, for indirect effect 1, you could just write there's a significant indirect effect of dash scores on BMI through eating to cope, and then report the regression coefficients, its standard error, its p-value, confidence intervals, and so on. It's a relatively straightforward process once you get used to the labeling of these different regressions within the model. Once you can do that, it's relatively easy to compute these indirect effects.